Describe something that surprised you and made you happy. In this cue card, there are 4 questions that you need to answer. First is what the thing was. Second is who did this. Third is how you found out about it. आपको surprise के बारे में कैसे पता लगा. And fourth one is explain why it surprised you and made you happy. And this is how a band 8 cue card answer for this cue card will look like. We will discuss each and everything in this video. Firstly, we will talk about introduction, then each and every question, then finally we will conclude the cue card. In fact, I have shared another model answer. Whatever you may feel more easy and convenient, you can put that into practice. And then lastly, we'll talk about the follow-up questions. So please watch this video till the end because you will get to learn new vocabulary, pronunciation, and of course not so common ideas. So hello guys, this is Rajit from CIC Talks, where we talk about IELTS and Canadian immigration on a daily basis. Now without further ado, let's begin with the introduction. The whole idea of surprises is that you can be caught off guard by them. You may be anticipating an ordinary and boring weekend and suddenly something unusual will occur that day. So I would love to talk about a wonderful thing that surprised me and made me happy. I will describe what it was, who did this, and how I found out about the surprise, and then I will explain why it surprised me and made me smile. So what the thing was and how you found out about it. वो सरप्राइज क्या था और आपको उसके बारे में कैसे पता लगा? The surprise came in the form of a card delivered to my mailbox by the post office. I would need to go pick it up from the postal depot because the card stated that they had attempted to deliver a package to me, but were unable to do so because I was away when they called. Therefore, I was a little curious. It wasn't my birthday, I hadn't made any online purchases, and I wasn't hoping for anything particularly exciting to arrive in the mail. So I picked up the package the following morning from the post office. Actually, it was a box the size of a shoe box that was packaged in dark grey plastic. I opened it as soon as I got back home. This box had a complete package of Sherlock Holmes novels, a notepad, and an incredibly thin pen that could fit inside a diary or a notebook. Besides this, the box also had a typed letter that said, "With love, your uncle." And who did this? Actually, my uncle, who has been a British citizen, visited us last year. So he knew I was looking for literature about Sherlock Holmes. However, it was an entirely unexpected gift that was given to cheer me up by my uncle. Explain why it surprised you and made you happy. I was filled with excitement because I am a die-hard fan of Sherlock Holmes. Knowing that someone was thinking of me was incredibly heartwarming, as well as being a surprise, and it made me very pleased. And in the end, I would just like to say that it was great to receive a present from someone. But I felt that the contents weren't important. As the English proverb goes, it's the thought that counts. So this is all about a surprise that made me really very happy. Now let's discuss the second model answer. I appreciate you presenting this cue card topic, so I would be happy to tell you about a time when I was genuinely surprised and overjoyed. Actually, without a car, it's really challenging to live a dignified life. This is what I think. So having a car to commemorate my graduation from college is basically a blessing from my parents. Actually, I was taken aback by it. They had already made the suggestion to me. This unexpected gift has made me ecstatic. The surprise was a Mahindra Scorpio car. It's an off-road vehicle and has some distinctive features. While I was driving the car, I had a peculiar experience. Its rideability is what I value most. But it also has excellent force. The car is unique in my opinion and cannot be compared to other four-wheel drive vehicles. In December of last year, I graduated from the University of Delhi. I majored in economics and I had the highest GPA on the graduating exam. So my parents and the rest of my family were overjoyed. Before taking the test, Dad instructed me to study hard in the classroom. He also gave me advice to get the best grade possible because he wanted me to manage his business. He also made a hint about a surprise which I would get after getting good grades in my graduation. So I worked really hard in my studies, but I wasn't sure what the surprise would be. I eventually succeeded after studying for about 8 to 10 hours per day. On the day when the results were announced, I was informed of my success. It was one of my friends who informed me the score, and I was on my way to the best university. My dad was informed of the circumstance and he wanted to savor the surprise, so he asked me for a quick return home. And I finally got home at around 5:30 pm. The brand new vehicle was waiting for its youngest passenger as my father was standing on the porch. Dad gave me the car's keys and explained that it was a surprise. My mother was cheering for me as she stood to the side, her face beaming, and Dad was also joyful. So this was a surprise that made me happy, and it was for a variety of reasons. Firstly, using public transportation to get to different sites was incredibly difficult for me. It was also difficult for me to save up enough money for a new car, despite the fact that I was doing a good job. I consequently asked Dad to support my decision to buy an automobile. And that's all there about a Mahindra Scorpio that surprised me and made me happy. And now let's talk about the follow-up questions. First is, how do people express happiness in your culture? It is generally said that a smile is a universal facial expression to express joy. However, Indian culture is an interesting test case for happiness. People here in India express it by celebrating their happy moments, by thanking God, eating food, and dancing to music. And you know what? Indians are masters at organizing celebrations. And the second is, do you think happiness has any effect on people? And how? I think not only does happiness help us feel better, but it also benefits our health. It encourages us to eat better, exercise more, and get more rest. Moreover, happiness lowers the risk of high blood pressure, extra body fat, stroke, and cardiovascular disease because it promotes healthy behaviors. And that's what I think about happiness, that it has all the good effects on people. And third is, how can people be happy? लोग खुश कैसे रह सकते हैं? Happiness can feel impossible at times, but it's always within reach. कभी कभी लगता है कि happiness is unreachable, but it's not true. People can feel happy by doing something as simple as watching sports with a friend, taking a bath, or meeting up with friends for coffee. In addition to this, doing cooking, dancing, or something you are good at is a great way to have fun and feel accomplished. And the last follow-up is it good for people to be unhappy, and why? No, being unhappy is not healthy at all. I don't think so. Our wellness greatly depends on our mental health, and despair and anxiety can result from being dissatisfied. When it becomes difficult to maintain a happy attitude, I think deep breathing and meditation can help us a long way to calm our minds and drive away the blues. So that's all about a cue card where you have to describe something that surprised you and made you happy. I hope this cue card explanation will be useful in your IELTS speaking preparation. अगर आपने इसमें से कुछ भी नया सीखा है, please like this video and consider subscribing to our channel. And by the way, you can easily find link to this cue card sample answer in the description below. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more such cue cards and take care everybody. Bye bye.